Hey there. So it's a rainy, windy, gross, wet day where I'm at. And so I've spent my day kind of inside doing the hibernation thing and, um, you know, taking in some content, watching some videos. Um, and here's a few things that, I've started noticing is there's so many things that are going on. There's so many things that are happening all over the world that it's really hard to take it all in and focus on things and really understand what's happening. It's almost like there's just so much that we can't possibly comprehend it, and we can't possibly understand the ramifications long term because it's just so vast. And it seems completely overwhelming some days. Some of the things that I'm hearing today are like the lady in Toronto that was approached by the police and questioning her about things that she said in a video. And I didn't see the video. I don't know what she said or didn't say. But to have police come to your door over the things that you say and not based upon your actions. Now, I get that if somebody is saying threatening things, that's wrong. It shouldn't happen. No matter what your opinion is of someone, threatening them is not the right way to go. But you should be able to put a voice to your opinions. Yeah, I've always said, you can say anything as long as it's true. And I guess I still do believe in that. I believe that the things that you say and the things that you believe in, nobody should be able to police that for you. You should be able to put a voice to your opinion, even if people don't agree with it. That's part of the great thing about living in a democracy is that we have that ability to be able to speak our mind and not worry about consequences for that. I mean, isn't that exactly what the Iranian people were fighting for? Was to be able to have choice and have freedom? It seems like every day our freedoms are being chipped away at. Slowly, but it's happening. And then we see that the St. Paddy's Day celebrations in Toronto, which is always a big deal, they had to be overlooked by snipers, by police snipers, to make sure that people were safe. I never ever thought in all my years that that would be a situation that would happen in Canada. When did that become a thing? That we needed that much police protection, that there was snipers on a rooftop making sure that people were safe while they celebrated St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day to most people is just about fun, hanging out with your friends, having a cold beer. It's just about having a good time and celebrating. Now we need snipers watching over us. That's not the Canada that I know. That's not what I grew up with. Our country is becoming unrecognizable now because of all this stuff. We have students in a school in Calgary that were asked to observe and respect Ramadan for children of Islamic faith. It's fine if they want to observe Ramadan. I have no problem with that. You know, everybody has right of religion. But why do we expect other children to go to school and not be able to have their midday meal? When did that become a thing? I certainly don't agree with it. And if my child was in that school, you want to bet I'd be kicking up a stink there. If people want to celebrate what they believe in, I can't see anything wrong with that. But don't expect everybody to agree with or celebrate the same thing as you. That's not how this country is. That's not how we work. We don't expect people that come into this country with other religious beliefs or anything like that to, start living by the way that we believe and by the Bible that we believe in. So, how is it right for them to come into our country and start asking our children to do that? To do just that? No, it doesn't sit right with me. And like I said, I have no problem with anybody celebrating what they believe in. But I don't expect everybody to believe in the same things that I believe in, nor should anybody. That's the whole point, is it not? Isn't the point of living in a democracy being able to have the religious and belief freedoms that we want? We have rules. You're not allowed to hurt anybody. You're not allowed to make physical contact with anybody. You're not allowed to threaten people. But you can have a difference of opinion. You can have different values than someone else. What we don't do is impose those values and beliefs on others. To expect that, I think, is pretty grandiose. Again, I just think that there's so many things that are happening. There's so many different stories of things that are going on right across our country that people really need to start paying attention to it. And then there's the people that excuse it all. I don't get that either. I don't get people that think it's okay that we need snipers looking after the citizens that choose to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I that boggles my mind. It boggles me. I don't think that's ever happened at anything that's gone on in Canada. Not that I'm aware. If anybody knows any different, please let me know. But I can't ever remember when there was such a threat level to a St. Patrick's Day celebration that we needed snipers on a roof to watch out for them. That blows my mind. It should blow everybody's mind. It should make people take pause and really look at what's happening, because it's not good. It's not good. The things we're allowing to happen in Canada right now, it's not good. I don't know. Half the population thinks this is okay. I don't know how we're going to change it. I have no idea. But I know something's got to give. because between the crime rate, the cost of living, the everything, everything's a hot mess right now. And half the population thinks it's great. I don't get it. Maybe someone can fill me in.